Okay, students. So in the last class, we have started with the third unit, which is called as Fourier series. In Fourier series, I had given you in the beginning some standard formulas. Okay. Then the formulas for Fourier series. The most important thing in Fourier series is to get the values of the unknowns a0, an, and bn, which are called as the Euler's coefficients. Okay. So there are special formulas which are in the form of definite integral to find a0, an, and bn. Now let me revise this problem which we have done last time, which is not complete. The problem was like this. Find the Fourier series for f of x is equal to x square in the interval 0 to 2 pi, and hence deduce that pi square by 12 is equal to 1 by 1 square minus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 3 square minus 1 by 4 square and so on. So as I mentioned earlier, students, these type of problems usually comes for 10 marks. If some more things are asked to deduce, then the problem may carry 12 marks. So these are all standard problems, students, which I have taken from your semester papers. Now, first step I have written is the Fourier series formula. What is Fourier series, students? F of x is equal to, now here what is our f of x? It is x square, right? A naught plus summation an cos nx plus summation bn sin nx. This series is called as Fourier series. Series is always in the form of summation, students, right? It is infinite series because there will be infinite number of terms in the series. So n is always from 1 to infinity in both the summation signs. So sometimes it may not be mentioned about the limits of series. So always you have to assume that minimum value of n is 1 and maximum value of n is infinity. Then I started finding a0 and an. We got already a0 and an. Bn is remaining. What is formula for a0, students? Looking at the interval, you have to change the formula. Here, what is the interval in which we are going to find out the Fourier series? It is 0 to 2 pi. So use the corresponding formula 1 by 2 pi 0 to 2 pi f of x dx. F of x is x square, which is already given in the problem, and by using normal integration formulas you get the answer for a0, which we got as 4 pi square by 3. Then we started finding an. The formula for an in the interval 0 to 2 pi is 1 by pi 0 to 2 pi integral f of x cos of nx dx. F of x is same, which is x square given in the problem. And then if you observe, one is the term in x and other is the cos term, right? So we can go for our Bernoulli's theorem, that is generalized rule for integration by parts, right? What it is? First function integral of second function minus derivative of first integral of second plus derivative of previous derivative integral of previous integral, and we stop at this term because derivative of 2 becomes 0 in the next term. Okay, and the limits are from 0 to 2 pi. Now keeping in the mind that sine of 2n pi is 0. Sine of n pi is basically 0, students, where n is the integer. Okay, so first and last term will be 0 for both the limits, upper and lower limits. So only for the upper limit middle term exists. And here cos of 0 is 1, but because of this x, this middle term also becomes 0. And then cos of 2n pi is 1 because minus 1 raised to even number is positive 1. And we got the answer for an as 4 by n square. So we stopped at this step, students, last time, right? Now let us continue with the same problem. We have to get bn and we have to deduce the series which is asked to prove in the question, right? So now continue. Bn formula is written 1 by pi 0 to 2 pi f of x sin nx dx. Anybody got this bn, students? Anybody has tried?
Ma'am, I got minus 4 pi by n.
Very good.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Minus 4
Okay,
pi upon n.
very good. It is correct. Minus 4 pi by n. Okay. So let us do it for the students who have not done or who had tried but not getting. Okay, so see what happens, students. 1 by pi, which is a constant outside, 0 to 2 pi. F of x is our x square function, which is always given in the problem, right? Now, as I said, whenever one term is in x and other term may be trigonometric, may be exponential, anything, you can go for Bernoulli's formula. So how it looks? 1 by pi First function, integral of sin nx. What is integral of sin nx? Minus cos nx by n, isn't it? Minus, alternate changes in the signs. Derivative of x square is 2x. Integral of cos is sin upon n, but n into n will be n square. Now see students, this minus sign will carry forward. Even though integral of cos is positive, this minus sign will carry forward. Then middle sign is plus. Derivative of 2x is 2. Don't take derivative of minus 2x, students. This minus sign is inbuilt in the formula. So don't write derivative of minus 2x as minus 2 here. Okay. So this is your derivative of x square, right? And its derivative we are taking here. So be careful about the signs. Don't touch the alternate changes in the signs in the formula in the first step. Once you use the formula, then you are free to open the brackets. Okay. So this is 2. And now derivative or integral of sin nx by n square. Integral of sin is minus, right? So this minus sign will get cancelled. So cos of nx upon n, but this n into this n will be n cube. And your limits are from 0 to 2 pi. So I have done the same thing, students, which I have done to find an also. Any doubt here? And now it's time to substitute for upper and lower limits. Okay. So first thing is we'll replace x by upper limit, which is 2 pi. Can I turn the page, students? Anybody is writing, taking down? Okay. So Bn is equal to. Now let us substitute. This is 1 by pi, which is a constant outside, which will remain as it is. Now let us substitute for upper limit first, which is 2 pi. So x square means 4 pi square, right? Then minus cos of 2n pi divided by n minus 2 times 2 pi. Then, okay, now what will happen here, students? Sine of 2n pi will be 0, isn't it? So as I told you, sine term will get cancelled whenever the upper and lower limits are the integers. So sine of 2n pi, sine of 0, everything is 0. So middle term will vanish. Then plus 2 times cos of 2n pi divided by n cube. And this is the substitution for upper limit. So wherever there is x, students, if you observe, wherever there is x, I am putting 2 pi, nothing else I've done. Okay. Now what I'll do in the next step, wherever there is x, I'll put 0, right? Which is our lower limit. So if you observe, first term will become 0, isn't it? 0 into anything is 0. Second term also there is x, so 0 into anything is 0. Only the last term will exist for the lower limit. So middle sign is minus. First term is 0. Second term is 0. Now see what happens in the third term. It is 2 times cos of 0 divided by n cube. Okay, any doubt in the substitution? I have just substituted for upper and lower limits. And now let us see what we get. This is minus sign. Cos of 2n pi is what, students? What is cos of 2n pi? It is minus 1 raised to 2n, which is 1, right? Formula, cos of 2n pi is 1. So this is 1. So what we get is 4 pi square by n. Now middle term is already 0, so let it get cancelled. Here also this is 1, right? Cos of 2n pi is 1. So it is just 2 by n cube, correct? Now what is cos of 0, students? Cos of 0 is always 1. Okay. So new students, you need to remember this. Sine of 0 is 0, cos of 0 is 1, tan of 0 is 0. Okay. Trigonometric functions for the standard angles. And now the last term is remaining, which is minus here. Cos of 0 is 1, so 2 by n cube. And then plus and minus will get cancelled. 1 pi will go here, students. So what you get here is minus 4 pi by n. This is your Bn. Any doubt? So if you understand this, students, then you will not find any difficulty in solving these big problems. I don't think anything much is there in this topic other than carefully solving the integral. So now see, students, we got three Euler's constants. First, A naught. What is A naught we got? Isn't it 4 pi square by 3? Then what is A n we got? Minus, 4 by n square, right? And what is Bn we got just now? Minus 4 pi by n. So students, remember that once you get these three constants correctly, means almost 80% things are done, right? So what is the main thing here is to get the values of these constants correctly. And now we'll write our Fourier series. What is the Fourier series? X square is equal to f of x is equal to a naught plus summation a n cos nx plus summation b n sin nx, right? This is our Fourier series. And we are given number 1 for this, right? So we are going to substitute a naught, a n and b n in equation 1. So whatever values of a naught, a n and b n you got, those values you are going to substitute in the main Fourier series formula. So see what happens. X square is equal to, this is first term is a naught, 4 pi square by 3 plus summation 4 by n square cos nx plus summation minus 4 by n sin nx. Okay. And definitely n is from 1 to infinity. Any doubt, students? Are you all understanding? I'm just replacing a naught, a n and b n by these terms in the main Fourier series formula. Okay. Now suppose nothing is asked further. If it is not asked to deduce anything, then you can keep this as the answer. This is your Fourier series. But if it is asked to prove something, if it is asked to deduce some series, then you have to write the expanded form of the series first. Okay. Now, see what happens, students, here. This is, see this step carefully. 4 pi square by 3 I am not touching. Now from this summation, 4 is independent of n, right? So I am taking 4 out. And now see, students, new students also, because you are not learned series, n is from 1 to infinity, right? So for I want to write first few terms of this expansion. First I will replace n by 1. So how it will be? Cos of 1 into x is cos x upon 1 square, right? Then I want to write second term of this series. Next to 1 is what? 2. So I'll put n is equal to 2. So it is cos of 2x by 2 square. Then I'll put n is equal to 3. So it will be cos of 3x by 3 square. So first few terms I wanted to write in this expansion, because this series is infinite series, as I mentioned earlier. There will be infinitely many number of terms. We are not interested in all infinite terms, right? So first 3 to 4 terms are enough for us. All of you understood what I did? First I replaced n by 1. Then I replaced 2. Then I replaced n by 3 and I got this. This is only for the middle term I have done, students. Plus. Now let me see here what I can take out of this summation. I can definitely take out minus 4 pi, right? Because minus 4 pi is independent of n. You have to keep only the terms in n inside the summation sign. Because you have to make changes in n, nothing else. So minus 4 pi I am taking out. And then what happens? Again I will repeat the same thing. First I will put n is equal to 1. So it will be sin x by 1. Then I'll put n equal to 2, sin 2x by 2. Then it will be sin 3x by 3 and so on. So I have expanded the second and third term by taking out the constants. Any doubt at this step, you can unmute yourself and ask. Even if it is minor doubt, you are free to ask. Okay. So basically, this is the required Fourier series. So this is required Fourier series. What it means, students? It means that this function x square you have converted in terms of sine and cosine. So x square can be also expressed in this form. That is the meaning of this. Okay. Now, this is not the end of solution, students. It is asked to deduce some series, right? Which is that series? See, look at the question and see. Now, to deduce means to prove pi square by 12 is equal to 1 by 1 square. This is minus, right? Minus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 3 square minus 1 by 4 square and so on. So students, you have to prove that pi square by 12 is equal to this 1 by 1 square. Alternate signs in the changes. See, plus, minus, and so on. 1 by 1 square, 1 by 2 square, 1 by 3 square, 1 by 4 square. Now, to prove this particular series, you have to take help of above Fourier series. Suppose I give number 2 for this final answer. How to get this series from equation 2? You need to find out some substitution for x. And this is trial and error. There is no formula for this step. What you have to put for x so that you will get this series automatically. Okay, you can think about putting x equal to 0. You can think about putting x equal to pi by 2. You can think putting x equal to pi, minus pi by 2, anything. Whatever you feel on the spot, correct. But don't just blindly think about the substitution. Now see, I am comparing the series which is asked to prove with our Fourier series. Now what you observe, students, in the denominator you have 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, right? Means we are interested in the first bracket. Are you understanding what I'm saying? I'm not interested in this second bracket at all because I don't have the terms like 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3 and so on. See what I'm saying carefully? The series which is asked to prove, I have the terms 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square which are there present in this bracket. So in this bracket only I have to make changes. I want to delete this second bracket. So my substitution will be something such that the last full term will get cancelled. The last full term will get cancelled. But at the same time, this bracket will remain. And numerators should become 1, minus 1, plus 1, minus 1. So any guesses, students?
X is 0.
0, no.
Yes. See, if x is 0, I agree that the last full bracket will become 0. But these all terms will remain positive, isn't it? Cos of 0 is 1, cos of 2, 0 is 1, cos of 3, 0 is 1. But in this series, we need alternate changes in the signs. So good try. Suppose all terms are pi. Very good. So if you put x equal to pi, then definitely we are going to get alternate changes in the sign, students, because cos of pi is minus 1, cos of 2 pi is plus 1, cos of 3 pi is minus 1, cos of 4 pi will be plus 1. Because when the power is even, you get plus 1. When the power of minus 1 is odd, you get. So keeping that in mind, you can go for x equal to pi. All of you understood why we are not putting 0. If you put 0, then you will get same series, but all terms will become positive, which we don't want. Okay, and left hand side also will change. And always suppose you feel x equal to 0 will do. Put x equal to 0 on both sides and see what you get. Correct? If not, then try with pi. So it is just trial and error method, students. That on the spot you have to give some time to think what will be the proper substitution. So sometimes first to try will be wrong, no problem. But if you want to get full marks for this, then you have to give some time. So I'm putting x equal to pi on both sides. Left hand side is x square, so it will be pi square, right? So 4 pi square by 3, first term as it is, plus 4 cos of pi by 1 square, cos of 2 pi by 2 square, cos of 3 pi by 3 square, cos of 4 pi by 4 square and so on. And in the last bracket, if you observe, sine of pi by 1, sine of 2 pi by 2, sine of 3 pi by 3, and so on. Okay, so this is pi square. Now let me take this term to left hand side, students. It will be minus 4 pi square by 3, right? And then this is 4, cos of pi is minus 1, cos of 2 pi is plus 1, then this is minus 1, plus 1, correct? And the last term will be 0 because sine of pi, sine of 2 pi, all terms are zeros. Now see here what happens. This is cross multiplication, 3 pi square minus 4 pi square. So isn't it minus pi square by 3? 3 pi square minus 4 pi square. And this 4 can be taken down, right? It will be cross multiplied. So I'm taking 1 by 4 here. And this is minus 1 plus minus 1 means minus 1 by 1 square also you can write. It will not make any difference. 2 square minus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 4 square and so on. Right? Now suppose I want to get rid of minus sign. What I will do? I will cancel minus sign throughout. So my first term instead of minus it will become plus. Second term will become minus. Third term
Ma'am,
will
it
become...
is 1 by 3 cube. 1 by 3 cube, no, ma'am. 1 plus 1 by 4 is to 4.
No, square, no? N square it is,
Okay,
no?
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
This one. N square means all terms
Okay, ma'am.
squares. Okay, so first term is plus, second is minus, then plus, then minus, and so on. And the other side will be what? Minus n is cancelled. So it is pi square by 4 3s are 12. And if you compare this series with the question, isn't it the same series which is asked to deduce? See pi square by 12, 1 by 1 square minus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 3 square minus 1 by 4 square and so on. And here completes the solution. Any doubt? Just give me 1 minute, students. Thank God. Okay, so can we go to the next problem, students? It takes a while, but it's okay. If you're understanding, then I can go slowly. So only one problem is done of Fourier series. Now one more. Take the problem. This is also from your question paper, students. The problem is like this. Find the Fourier series. Find the Fourier series for f of x in the interval 0 to 2 pi, where f of x is equal to x when 0 less than x less than or equal to pi, and it is 2 pi minus x if pi less than x less than 2 pi. Okay. Now here also you will be finding Fourier series only, but what is the difference between previous problem and this problem? Here also the interval is same from 0 to 2 pi, but there the function f of x was a single function x square, students, and it was defined in whole interval 0 to 2 pi. Now what is the difference here? Here the difference is the function is splitted in two terms in the two intervals. Like for example, our main interval is what? 0 to 2 pi. See students what I'm saying. 0 minimum and 2 pi maximum. So if I draw the number line, suppose 0 is somewhere here and 2 pi is somewhere here, right? What is happening is at pi, the function is breaking. So value of the function in 0 to pi is given as x. And the value of the function in between pi and 2 pi is given as 2 pi minus x. Okay. So when you are writing the formula, you have to divide the main integral 0 to 2 pi into integrals. First integral will be 0 to pi. The value of f of x will be x. And second integral will be pi to 2 pi and value of f of x will be 2 pi minus x. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So according to the function, you have to divide the integral. Now let us start. First write your Fourier series. Let f of x be a naught plus summation an cos nx plus summation bn sin nx. And this is your main Fourier series, right? Main Fourier series formula. Now once you write this formula, the next thing is to find Euler's coefficients, Fourier coefficients, which are a naught, an and bn, one by one. Okay. So now you need to tell me what is formula for a naught. Andrea, tell me quickly what is formula for a naught.
1 to 2 pi
1 by 2 pi
integral 0 to 2 pi
0 to 2 pi
f of x dx.
f of x dx. Very good. Okay. Now see students, our f of x is not the single function like previous one. In the previous problem what we did, we directly replaced f of x by x square and started integration. Now here you have to take care of splitting. So see what I'm doing. 1 by 2 pi I am keeping the constant as it is. Now 0 to 2 pi integral I'm splitting as 0 to pi and pi to 2 pi. See whether all of you understood this. Because what is the first interval? 0 to pi. So limits of first integral will be 0 to pi. What is the second interval? Pi to 2 pi in the problem. So your second integral will be from pi to 2 pi. All of you understood? You have to look at the problem in the intervals and accordingly you have to make changes in the limits of the integrals. Okay. Now, what is f of x in the first interval? See students, it is x, right? So I am writing x dx here. What is f of x in the second integral or the second interval? 2 pi minus x. So I am writing 2 pi minus x dx. So you have to split the main integral into integrals according to the intervals given in the problem. In the first interval, the function is x. In the second interval, function is 2 pi minus x. All of you understood this substitution? If not, tell me. What about new students? Any doubt, students?
Yes, can I repeat the step?
Yes. Now see, your what is the formula? In the formula, your limits are from 0 to 2 pi, right? But 0 to 2 pi, look at the problem. 0 to 2 pi is divided in two intervals. One is from 0 to pi and other is from pi to 2 pi. Now, first integral will be 0 to 2 pi and second will be from pi to 2 pi. See, this number line you remember. For your convenience, always draw this line. 0 to pi, pi to 2 pi. What is value of the function in 0 to pi? X.
X.
What is value of function in pi to 2 pi? 2 pi minus
2
x.
pi 1.
So directly replace f of x by x in the first integral and replace f of x by 2 pi minus x in the second integral. Suppose there is one more interval, then there will be one more integral. Understood? And f of x will be whatever is f of x in that particular interval. Only it is splitting of the integration. Okay? Okay, now let us solve these integrals, students, normal integrals. What is integral of x dx? Rishikesh, what is integral of x dx? Rishikesh, are you there?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
X square by
Tell me
2.
integral. X square by 2. Very good. X square by 2. Then the limits are from 0 to pi. Don't forget the limits. Plus. Now see students, this is 2 pi minus x dx, right? Now what is integral of 2 pi? Anybody quickly? What is integral of 2 pi dx?
2 pi
Nishant?
x.
Yes, 2 pi x. 2 pi is constant students and integral of dx is x. New students, integral of a constant is constant into x. So if you open the bracket, it will be 2 pi dx. Integral of 2 pi dx is 2 pi x minus integral of x square x is x square by 2. Limits are from pi to 2 pi. See students, once you write the correct formula and substitution, remaining steps are just solution of integral, definite integral, carefully. Okay, so am I doing something new here? This integration part already you know, right? So try to do independently also. Now let us substitute upper and lower limits. Upper limit is pi here, so pi square by 2 minus 0 means 0 by anything is 0. Minus lower limit is 0. Correct? So that is done. Upper limit and lower limit. Now plus. Now in this, first put upper limit which is 2 pi. So it is 2 pi into 2 pi. So is it 4 pi square minus 4 pi square by 2. Minus lower limit will be 0 minus 0. So what I'm doing here, first bracket, I'm replacing x by upper limit and then I'm replacing x by 0. Second bracket also I've done the same thing, replace x by upper limit first and then lower limit is, lower limit is pi, right? So what will come in the lower limit here students? It is 2 pi square minus pi square by 2, right? Replace x by pi, so it will be 2 pi square minus pi square by 2, correct no? Now simplify it further and see what we get finally. It is 1 by 2 pi, which is a constant outside, pi square by 2. Now what is 4 pi square minus 4 pi square by 2? It will be 4 pi square by 2, right? Because if you cross multiply, it will be 8 pi square by 4 pi square. You can do some rough work students instead of increasing the number of steps. 4 to the 8, 8 pi square minus 4 pi square divided by 2. So it will be 4 pi square by 2, 2 to the 4. So it is 2 pi square. So this bracket is 2 pi square. Now what is 2 pi square minus pi square by 2? Again cross multiply. 2 to the 4, 4 pi square minus pi square is 3 pi square, 3 pi square by 2 with minus sign. Okay, no? Now you can collect these like terms. So pi square minus 3 pi square is minus pi square, minus 2 pi square by 2 and plus 2 pi square. So this is 1 by 2 pi. This is minus pi square plus 2 pi square, which is 1 by 2 pi pi square. 1 pi square will go and it is pi by 2. So your A naught is pi by 2. So suppose this is your equation 1. This is 2. So just I have done the calculation part students by putting upper and lower limits. See if you have not followed any step, you can ask me. Okay? All are getting pi by 2?
Can you repeat the second last step?
Nilay ji. Second last step. Second last step is Nilay, when the denominator is same, you can directly add the numerators, right? So pi square minus 3 pi square is minus 2 pi square by 2. And this 2 pi square I have kept as it is. 2 is getting cancelled, right? So what is remaining is minus pi square plus 2 pi square. So it is pi square. 2 pi square minus pi square is pi square. 1 pi is getting cancelled. So it is pi by 2. Okay. Can we go for finding an now? Next constant. Okay. Can I turn the page?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us find an, students. First write basic formula for an, okay? Your limits are from 0 to 2 pi. So it is, what is the formula for an? Brittany, can you tell what is formula for an? Brittany,
Yes, ma'am.
can you tell what is formula for an?
1 over pi, integral 0 to 2 pi, f of x into cos of nx dx.
Very good. Can you tell me the splitting also, Brittany? Because our interval is not from 0 to 2 pi in the problem, right? So how is the splitting?
Ma'am, it's integral 0 to pi
What
into
will be f of x in that case?
x.
F of x will be x, cos of nx. And what will be the second integral?
0 pi by 2, integral pi to 2 pi,
Pi to 2 pi. And what is f of x there?
2 pi minus x.
Cos of nx dx, right? So if you, thank you. So if you observe cos of nx dx, this part is same, students. What is changed? Only this f of x is changed. F of x in the limit 0 to pi is x, and f of x in the interval pi to 2 pi is 2 pi minus x. From where we are getting this? From the, in the problem itself it is defined. Okay, any doubt, students? Splitting of the integral. So formula is same, only we have splitted and the corresponding f of x is taken into consideration. Now to find out the integral of these two terms, you have to definitely go for Bernoulli's. That is integration by parts rule in general, right? So in this case, u is x and v is cos nx. In this case, u is this bracket and v is cos nx. So separately we are doing. So 1 by pi outside, put the bracket. Now let us do it for first integral, students. First function, integral of cos nx is sin nx by n, minus derivative of x is 1, integral of sin nx is minus cos nx by n, but n into n will become n square. We stop here because we know that derivative of 1 will become 0. So this is integral of first term we have done. Okay, plus, I'm writing it here, plus. Now repeat the same procedure, students, and don't forget to write the limits at the end of bracket. For first bracket, the limits are from 0 to pi. Now second integral, again same first function as it is. Integral of cos nx is sin nx by n. Middle sign is minus. Derivative of 2 pi minus x, students. Derivative of 2 pi is 0 because it is a constant. And derivative of minus x is minus 1. Then integral of sin nx is minus cos nx by n. So it will become n square. Again, what is happening? In the next term, if you want to write, derivative of minus 1 will go to 0, right? So there is no point in going for the next step. And the limits here are from pi to 2 pi. As I said, students, it looks lengthy. If you open your notebook, then you'll find that this solution is for 2 full pages or 2.5 full pages. Okay. So if you think in that way, then you will find it difficult. But Why the number of steps are increasing? Because of this Bernoulli's theorem, then again putting upper and lower limits. So solution part is little bit lengthy, but it is not at all difficult once you understand. Okay. So all of you understood what I did here, students. For both the integrals, I've used by parts rule in general. Okay. Now let us put the upper and lower limits. So it is 1 by pi. Now see students, now we will not write sine of pi, cos of pi and all. We'll directly put the values. Okay. Now see, I'm putting upper limit. New students also, Nilay and all, please concentrate here. Don't waste your time in, see if your speed is good, then I don't mind taking it down. But when I'm explaining, see that you're concentrating. Even if you miss some step to write down, I'll be putting the pics on the group again, right? Of the notes. So that time you can fill up the missed part. So see carefully all of you students. Sine of nx means sine of n pi, isn't it? Sine of n pi is what, students? Again, I'm writing here. Sine of n pi is always 0, whether n is even or odd. And cos of n pi is always minus 1 raised to n. This is plus 1 when n is even. This is minus 1 when n is odd. So many times I'm repeating these formulas. So here what happens? Sine of pi will become 0. So my first term is going to be 0. All of you understood why it is 0? Because sine of n pi is 0. Now see what happens? Minus into minus is plus here, right? Cos of n pi. What is cos of n pi, students? Minus 1 raised to n. Here we don't have any idea whether n is even or odd. If it is 2n pi or 3n pi or 4n pi, we can make out. But when it is just n, you have to write it as minus 1 raised to n upon n square as it is. Done for the upper limit. Minus. Lower limit is 0. 0 into anything is 0 here. And again minus into minus is plus. Cos of 0 is what? 1. So it is 1 by n square. So this is done with the first bracket. If you have any doubt, if you think that I have done some error, you can tell me. Because there is a possibility that in hurry I may do some mistake. Okay. Now let us go to the second bracket. Now first you have to put x is equal to 2 pi, right? But here observe students, 2 pi minus 2 pi is 0. So first full term will go to 0. Now here what happens? There are 3 minus signs. 3 minus sign means 1 minus sign, because minus into minus is plus and plus into minus is again minus. So cos of 2n pi here. So 2 is reflecting, therefore the value of cos of 2n pi is 1. So 1 by n square. So upper limit thing is done. Okay. Lower limit is pi, students. But sine of n pi is 0. So it is 0. Now here what happens? There are 3 minus signs. So as I said, minus sign will reflect. And what is cos of n pi? Cos of n pi is minus 1 raised to n upon n square. So very carefully you have to put the limits. Okay. And now see what you get. 1 by pi, which I'm not touching at all. Is anything getting cancelled? Or all terms will remain? Okay. So now see what happens, students. This is minus 1 raised to n upon n square. This is minus 1 by n square. This is also minus 1 by n square. And this is plus minus 1 raised to n by n square, right? So it is 1 by pi. This plus this is 2 times minus 1 raised to n by n square. And this will be minus 2 by n square, right? Minus 1 by n square minus 1 by n square is minus 2 by n square. Now what you can take common here? You can take 2 by n square common, right? So 2 by n square can come common. And at the same time, if I want to take minus sign out, then this will become minus and this will become plus. So no point in taking minus sign out. If you want, you can take it out. So 2 by n square is common. So this pi will remain. So what will be the bracket here? It will be 1 minus 1 raised to n minus 1. Correct, no? Done? All of you understood what is your an? Your an is this term. Any doubt, students, at any step? If no, then let us go to find Bn.
Hello,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes.
That 1 upon minus n square and minus n square is how it came. Second last step.
Minus 1 by n square minus 1 by n square is minus 2 by n square. How it came, you're asking?
Yes.
See, here you have, no, this is minus 1 by n square, and here also you have minus 1 by n square, no? So that is written here. So what is minus 1 minus 1? See, when base is same, no, Nile. Suppose you have a by b plus c by b. When the base is same, you can add the numerators. So a plus c by b. So when I write minus 1 by n square minus 1 by n square, no, when base is same, denominator is same, right? So minus 1 by n square I'm writing. What is minus 1 minus 1, Nilay? Minus 2, no? So minus 2 by n square.
Okay, miss.
Hmm?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Any other doubt, students, at any step? See, I'm taking 1 full hour to solve a single problem, right? So please clear your doubts. Now let us go to Bn. Now who will tell me quickly the formula for Bn, the students who are not answered? Utkarsh. Utkarsh, tell me what is formula for Bn. Quickly, huh? Utkarsh, are you there? Utkarsh, are you there? You have to unmute yourself, otherwise you are absent. So Utkarsh, I'm noting down your number. Okay, then who else I can ask? Duen, can you tell me what is formula for Bn? Duen?
Ma'am, Bn is for 0 to 2 pi, Bn is equal to 1 by pi integral 0 to 2 pi f of x sine nx dx.
Very good. Okay, correct. Okay, so see students, now again splitting. I want somebody to tell me the splitting here. Can you tell Anirudh splitting of these integrals? Anirudh? Can you hear me, Anirudh? Yes. Can you tell me splitting quickly? 1 by pi. Tell me first integral. Integral? Anirudh, I can't hear you, Nile. Anirudh, I can't hear you. Okay, who else can tell me? Ishan, you tell. How is the splitting and what is the function? What are the limits of first integral? Hmm? 0 to pi. What is f of x there? But what is f of x substitution? What is function x? So it is 0 to pi x sine nx dx plus second integral and what is f of x? 2 pi minus x sine nx dx. Okay, very good. Okay. So now splitting as usual we have done. The limits are from 0 to pi and pi to 2 pi, and f of x is x here and f of x is 2 pi minus x here. Sine nx dx is as it is. Okay. Now let us start with the Bernoullis. Here u is x and v is sine nx. Here u is this bracket and v is sine nx, right? So first function is x. Integral of sine nx is minus cos nx by n. Minus derivative of x is 1. Integral of cos nx is sine nx by n. N into n is n square. This minus n will carry forward. 0 to pi. Cannot write the next term because derivative of minus 1 will become 0. Plus first function integral of sine nx. Now I am writing integral of second term is minus cos nx by n minus derivative of 2 pi is 0, derivative of minus x is minus 1. Integral of this will be minus sin x by n square. And then complete this bracket and the limits are from pi to 2 pi. So exactly same thing I am doing, students, which I have done in the previous part, that is to find an. So I am using integration by parts rule in general for both the integrals. Okay. Now see what you get, 1 by pi. Let us substitute upper limit pi first. So it is cos of n pi. So it will be minus 1 raised to n pi by n. Correct, no? Because cos of n pi is minus 1 raised to n. Then minus minus will become plus, but you know that sine of n pi is 0. So this term will become 0. Put the bracket plus. Now the second term. For 0, what happens, students? Both terms will become 0, right? So here only you can write 0 minus 0. 0 into anything is 0 and sine of 0 is 0. So both the terms will become 0 for the lower limit. Now let us go to next bracket. Upper limit is 2 pi. 2 pi minus 2 pi is 0. Then sine of 2n pi. So this is also 0. For the upper limit, both terms are vanishing, see. Okay. Then lower limit is pi. 2 pi minus, this is middle sign is minus, right? So it is 2 pi minus pi is pi. And this will be minus of minus 1 raised to n, correct, divided by n. And then sine of n pi is 0. So this term will become 0. So what you get basically is 1 by pi. This is minus of minus 1 raised to n. So I can write it as minus 1 raised to n plus 1, right? Pi divided by n. And this is minus 1 raised to n plus 1 pi divided by n. So these two terms are same. So Bn is equal to 0. Now see, students, here what I have done, when I write minus of minus 1 raised to n, see carefully, isn't it minus 1 into minus 1 raised to n? See here what I am writing. So when the base is same, I can add the exponent, no? So n plus 1 it will be. So when negative sign is outside, you can write it as minus 1 raised to n plus 1. So same thing I have done here. But this minus sign is extra here, so it is reflecting. So it is the same term with opposite signs, and therefore you are getting Bn is equal to 0. Okay. And then you need to put values of A0, An and Bn in the Fourier series, and that will be your required series. Can I take 2 minutes and complete the Fourier series for this? Any doubts, students, in this part? Okay, we'll complete Fourier series. Okay, quickly. See, our Fourier series is what? F of x is equal to a naught plus summation of a n cos nx plus summation of b n sin nx, right? Now, what is a naught you got, students? Tell me. A naught is pi by 2, right? So, pi by 2 plus summation of what is a n you got? It is 2 by pi into n square into bracket minus 1 raised to n minus 1, right? And cos of nx. And bn is 0, so last term will vanish. Here n is from 1 to infinity. So this is pi by 2, constants out. 2 by pi is constant, take it out. Okay. So what is remaining here? Minus 1 raised to n minus 1 divided by n square into cos of nx. N is from 1 to infinity. Okay. So this is pi by 2 plus 2 by pi. Now let us expand this, students. First I'll put n equal to 1. When I put n is equal to 1, minus 1 raised to 1 is minus 1. So it will be minus 1 minus 1. So isn't it minus 2? Right? So it will be minus 2 by n square. N square means 1 square. Correct? Cos of x, because n is 1. Then put n is equal to 2. So what happens? Negative square is positive 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So for n equal to 2, the term will be 0. Then put n equal to 3. Minus 1 cube is minus 1. So minus 1 is minus 2. So it is minus 2 by 3 square into cos of 3x. Right? Then when you put n equal to 4, for any even number, it will vanish, see. Because negative raised to even number is positive 1. And 1 minus 1 is 0, so this term is vanishing. Okay. Then when you put n is equal to 5, it will be again minus 2 by 5 square cos of 5x and so on. And then it can be combined pi by 2. Minus 2 can be taken out, right? So it will be minus 4 by pi. So what is remaining here? Cos x by 1 square plus cos 3x by 3 square plus cos 5x by 5 square and so on. So this is your required Fourier series for the given function f of x. If it is asked to deduce some series, then you need to find some substitution for x. But here nothing is asked to deduce. So this is the definite question for 8 marks minimum. Okay. Got it? Any doubt? Okay. So next time we'll solve some more examples. So attendance, students. Today is 31st, 10/2020 SCETC. Okay, give the attendance. BPN is there, right? So 1, 2,